welcome to this episode of Behind the Wrestler. My guest this evening is none other than Candy Lee. Thank you very much for taking the time out and giving us an inside scoop of Behind the Wrestler. So first question that we're going to get started with is the typical question that you're probably going to get asked a million times. When and how did you get introduced to professional wrestling, and when did you decide to become a professional wrestler?
I don't know accurate dates, but like I can tell you what got me into wrestling. It was the 2000 Royal Rumble WWE pay-per-view. I watched that and I was hooked. The first ever match I've seen of professional wrestling was Kurt Angle versus Taz. And it was that same pay-per-view, and I thought it was amazing, and I was hooked from then on. But it was women's wrestling that really got me into wrestling, and that's a lot of why I wanted to pursue becoming a pro wrestler. So yeah, women's wrestling.
When you decided to become a professional wrestler, and trying to find a training school over here in New Zealand, how did your family react to it?
My parents kind of laughed about it. They thought it was so silly that I wanted to try wrestling. They were like, "Oh, you're gonna be so useless though." And I was like, "Oh, it'll be fun. I want to try it." And yeah, they still think it's silly to this day, but my mom's so supportive of it, and because my dad watches wrestling as well when he's at home and stuff, so I think he's proud of me. Hopefully. I think they are. Yeah, they're proud of me.
Finding a training school, and obviously you've trained with IPW, and you are the current IPW Women's Champion. First day of training, what was your thoughts and preparation going into first day of professional wrestling training?
Okay, it's so funny. I still thought wrestling was kind of like real before I started training. So my first day, I was like so scared because I was like, oh my god, I feel like I have to go in and legit fight people. I'm not prepared for this. But like when I arrived and like realized that it's not as real as I thought it was, I was just like, oh, okay, I'm not fighting people. And I'm not gonna get hiding. Yeah, I enjoyed it like straight away from the get go. Like taking my first bump and stuff, I was like, oh, I love this. I want to do this.
Like fast forwarding a bit more into your training here, and you got a couple of months under your belt of training, and you're finding out that you're about to debut on the show. How was your reaction, preparation, and thoughts going through your mind, finding that you're going to be actually doing a professional wrestling show and actually doing this?
I was actually really nervous, and I was kind of surprised that when they told me that I was going to be debuting, because I didn't think I was ready at the time. But like, I'm the kind of person that probably would have thought that like I would never be ready anyway. But when they told me in the moment, I was like so nervous because like I get really bad anxiety and stage fright in front of people, so it was so scary.
You've had your first match, and going out into the crowd, doing the match, and then coming backstage. What was the thought process of I've actually have done my first match?
Like in the moment, it's like an adrenaline rush, and it feels so fun and like so cool being in front of people. So I thought it was like, yeah, I did it. Like I was relieved that I didn't like puke or anything out of nervousness. I was proud of myself.
When like the person that you've competed often, your opponent that has been often lately, was none other than Ashley Spencer, who is the new Blues Academy Women's Champions, and the current PWE Women's Champion. So she is holding 2 women's belts at the same time. Versing her and wrestling her often. What's your thoughts and opinion on like getting to work with her often?
It's good. I mean, it makes us like work better together, and the chemistry for us, like we've worked so much together that like we can put on like good matches with each other, and like we know each other inside and out. So yeah, I think it's good to work to like have people that you work with a lot, because it helps you. I don't know, you can get better, and you have that chemistry. Yeah, our chemistry is really good because of that.
You know, you've recently been teaming up a lot with Grace Lightning, and when you found out that you're going to be teaming up with her more than once, what was the thought process of in your mind and preparation?
I thought it was cool because like I feel like because women's wrestling in New Zealand, there's not much of us, so we don't get to have tag team matches often. So yeah, it's something different, and it's fun having like tag team matches.
When you found out that you're going to be wrestling against the former IPW Women's Champion Brittany, and that it was going to be for the IPW Women's Championship, and having your first championship match, what was the thought process, preparation, and how did you prepare to get ready for that match?
I was nervous, like I'm always nervous, so even like to this day I still get nervous. Yeah, I was really nervous and really scared because she is like a vet and she's been wrestling for quite a long time, and she helped train me and stuff. She was like a mentor as well, so yeah, I was really nervous, and I was like, I just don't want to like screw it up and mess up. I want to do well. But yeah, I feel like the feeling that I always get in wrestling is probably nerves and being scared.
You actually beat her for the Women's Championship. You became, and essentially have your first championship underneath your belt. And I was present for that as well, and I was there to see you win the championship. And I'm sure, I think your family was there too, and I think it was your mom who was super happy about this.
Yeah, she was dancing up and down the
Yeah,
aisle.
I remember this.
I saw her and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So, what was the feeling the following day, having like you've essentially are the women's champion, and how were you feeling? What was the thought process?
I was kind of overwhelmed, and like I was kind of surprised because like I was just because I had only been wrestling for a year, and it was a year after my debut, and then like winning the title was like, oh wow, this is amazing. Yeah, but I think I was just like really excited as well. Like I don't know, it's just like my years of training and stuff came full circle, and like that match was, I still like count that match as like probably my best match I've had.
Right.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the build up for it was good, and like the story behind it, and like the crowd were into it, and yeah, it just meant a lot when like the support I got when I like got the free count and I won, and the crowd were like really loud. I was like, oh my God, this feels nice.
You've had the opportunity to work with almost everybody, and you've had the opportunity to wrestle one of the veterans in this country, Just Plain Evil. What was the, you finding out that you're going to be wrestling a former Hughes Academy champion, a former multiple champion for different places? What was the thought process and before and after the match?
I was like really nervous for that match because it was also the main event and it was my first main event I've ever done. So yeah, I was like really scared. I'm always scared though, like wrestling people who have been wrestling longer than me because I'm like I just don't want to like screw it up and stuff. But yeah, I was nervous going into it, and yeah, I think it was a really good match. And afterwards, I was just relieved that I was alive and I survived and I won.
Like, so I'm gonna move forward a bit here. You obviously had the opportunity to compete in your first women's scrambles match. Obviously, the winner of that match was Ashley Spencer. But finding out that you're going to be a part of this match and having the opportunity to wrestle for another women's championship, and in that moment thinking that you're going to be walking out with another belt underneath your hand, and so what was the thought process and before and after the match?
I was like excited because I was like, oh my god, yay, another main event I'll be in, and it was my second one, and I got to like work with other talented women as well, and Scarlett came out of retirement for it, so that was cool to share the ring with her. But I feel like I'm just nervous all the time. I feel like it's my answer for everything. I was nervous again, but I was excited. I was like excited at the thought of being Candy 2 bouts, but I guess that's not going to be happening. Maybe sometime soon. Never know. But yeah, afterwards I felt like it was so fun. Like I had so much fun in it.
Is there anyone in particular that you would like to face in the ring?
In terms of like New Zealand, or
It could be anyone at all.
because I feel like I'll eventually have wrestled every single girl in New Zealand.
Right.
So I feel like I would want to wrestle like some of the guys as well.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Maybe it could be Charlie Roberts. Just putting it out there, Charlie
I
Roberts.
had a match with Charlie Roberts at Armageddon. That
Oh
was
yeah,
fun.
okay. So this match has happened. Okay, so
Yeah, I want probably another one on like a main show would be cool.
Yeah.
Would be fun.
now you mentioned Armageddon, and obviously you've won the Armageddon Cup.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
the first woman to win the Armageddon Cup, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. So with these Armageddon shows, which can be pretty brutal because you're wrestling like 4 days in a row. When you find out that you're going to be a part of this Armageddon entertainment stuff, what was the thought process of going through and walking out as the first woman to win the Armageddon Cup?
When like the idea came about, I was like really excited for it because I was like, oh, that's so cool, like it's historic, and it's just cool to like feel equal to our male counterparts. So I thought it was pretty exciting, and to end up winning it, I was like, oh yay, this is cool. I'm part of history now forever. Can't get rid of my name now. I'm kidding. Yeah, it was exciting. It was fun. I decorated the cup. I like stormed it.
I think, and I have said this to other previous female wrestlers that I've interviewed, and it's just my opinion on it, and I know female wrestlers work just as hard as the male wrestlers do, if not harder, so they deserve every single opportunity that they get. And I would like to speak about and get your thoughts on, I know it's got the nickname the Women's Revolution around it. What is your opinion and about this women's revolution, where not just in the big companies, but in the indie scene, like women are getting the opportunity that they deserve, and rightfully so.
I think it's really good and it's something that needed to happen. But I feel like in terms of like in the indies, I feel like they've been like steps ahead of like the big companies in terms of like a revolution in women's wrestling, because like for years they'd already had women doing stuff that the men do anyway. But I feel like the big companies finally acknowledging it and moving the direction they're moving is a good thing, and it's about time, because the world's becoming so progressive and you can't like present women's wrestling the way they did like forever and like keep doing that. But I personally, for me, I enjoy every aspect of like women's wrestling in the WWE. Like I love all eras of it. Like I enjoyed the Diva era. Like I lived for that, because that's a lot of why I did get into wrestling and why I wanted to be a wrestler, was watching those women like Kelly, Candice Michelle, and that.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong, like I love Lita and I love Trish, but I love me some Kelly and Candice Michelle, the faves.
Fair enough.
Nikki Bella as well. But yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction in terms of wrestling.
What is your ultimate goal to get out of professional wrestling? Like where do you see yourself and your career in like the next 5, 10 plus years?
In the next 5, 10 plus years, hopefully, like my ultimate dream would be like, because it's been my dream ever since I watched wrestling when I was young, is to like make it to the WWE.
Right.
But if not there, like I just want to like make a career out of it and like live off doing wrestling kind of thing. But in the next 5 years, hopefully I would have expanded and have wrestled, not New Zealand, but hopefully start wrestling in Australia maybe, or Japan, or like travel the world to wrestle. But yeah, I'm excited. I just go with the flow. I'll see where life takes me.
Is there, like how you also mentioned that you would like to wrestle some male competitors as well? Do you have a list of names that you would like to mention?
At the top of my head, I wouldn't mind wrestling any of them, but like at the top of my head, I wanna like wrestle like JK Booty or King Khan. I reckon I would have good matches against them. Who else? I'll have another match with Charlie Roberts.
Yeah.
Liam Fury would be fun. Mr. Burns, I reckon having a match with him would be fun. Then I'll wrestle Falcon Kid, even though he's like, I don't know. But yeah, I'll just wrestle, I'll wrestle anyone, to be honest. Anyone who's keen to wrestle.
Okay, now let's move towards this all-women's show that is happening in November, hosted by Maniacs United. You are going to be part of this women's only show that is happening in November. Sorry, Stacey, I forgot the date.
November 3rd.
November 3rd, thank you. I do apologize that I got the date wrong. So November 3rd, there's a whole bunch of women who is really keen to jump onto the show. What are your thoughts about the show? How do you think it's going to go? What do you think it's going to achieve? And I already know it's going to prove that an all-woman show can do just as well as a mixed show as well.
I'm excited for it. Like, it's so cool. Like, cause women are usually subdued to just one spot on shows, or like will be lucky to get 2 spots on a show. But like an all-woman show, it's gonna be so exciting, and it's like historic because I don't think it's been done in New Zealand before, and it's gonna have like yeah, it's gonna introduce a new bout, and it's just I reckon it's gonna be successful, and that's pretty exciting that the finals for the tournament will be the first ever all women's ladder match.
Are you determining and predicting that you're going to be a part of this ladders match and hopefully become Candy 2 belts, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that by the end of the night I'll be Candy 2 belts.
What is next for Candy Lee?
Like right now, dinner, but in like the near future, I don't know. Hopefully I don't get badly injured. Hopefully I can like keep wrestling, and hopefully I become like more than one bout holder. Hopefully I want to like try wrestle in Australia in the next couple months or next year. And yeah, hopefully do more stuff. Hopefully.
Just before we go, I'd like to get your thoughts on the New Zealand wrestling scene now, that it has a lot more eyes on it and a lot more, I guess, a lot more interest with it now, purely because we have Dakota Kai in the WWE, we have TK Cooper, Travis Banks, and like all these guys that used to be a part of New Zealand wrestling is now out and have very, very successful careers. And like we got Hanare in New Japan, and he is coming back on August 18th for homecoming for IPW. What are your thoughts on the New Zealand wrestling scene now that it's like not at its peak, but it's gonna like
Hopefully reach a peak.
reach a peak?
I didn't really know what the scene was like back then because I didn't know New Zealand had a wrestling scene.
Right.
Because I only thought the only wrestling that existed was WWE. That's all I watched growing up. I didn't know about independent wrestling, but I think it's really good because there's so many talented people here in New Zealand. So having eyes on our scene is really kind of important for the talented people here and stuff. Because I feel like it's just really good. Like, it's exciting though.
Yeah. Is there anything that you would like to say to anybody, or any message that you would like to give out there before we finish up?
I just want to say to everyone that supports me, thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, don't be afraid to go chase your dreams and follow your passions in life, and know that it doesn't matter who you are or like what you are and stuff. You can achieve whatever you put your heart and mind to. And yeah, let's get it.
Not you too. Thank you very much for taking the time out and giving us a story. And I will see everyone at the next episode of Behind the Wrestler.